The town's unique architecture has been influenced by many different civilizations, from the ancient Greeks to the Spanish. But it's the fact that every building here is painted white with limestone that makes Ostuni so special.
You were expecting me to be on a scooter? Look at that, this is much cooler.
Segways are the newest way to explore the city's steep slopes in the heat of the summer.
This place is full of little streets, back passageways, bridge, arches. Let me tell you something, this is the best way to spend the day. This is the highest point of the city, the Cathedral of Santa Maria dell'Assunzione, and is a fine example of Gothic architecture.
As the city is perched almost 700 feet above the olive groves, I can see the Adriatic Sea glistening 4 miles away. The lime is such a symbol of Ostuni that by law each building must be repainted every spring. Now in their late 60s, brothers Benedetto and Beniamino were born and bred here. They have been painting their city for more than 60 years.
Buongiorno. Buongiorno. Buongiorno.
Buongiorno, signor Gino.
Tutto bene?
Bene, grazie.
Benedetto?
Io mi sono Benedetto.
Benjamin, come va?
Benissimo.
Tutto a posto? The reason why I'm here because I volunteered that I'm gonna paint, well, not the whole city, but part of the wall with them. Quando ma io non c'ho il cappello, non tengo niente.
Gino,
Okay, because I don't want my hair to get messy.
Questo è il cappello
Very
tipico
good.
dell'imbianchino, Gino.
Okay.
Beniamino, prego,
So, I
lui
got
è
a
il
hat.
maestro. Tu il maestro. Metti il
grembiule che si usava nei secoli scorsi che serviva per non sporcarsi i pantaloni.
Pantaloni.
Okay, so I got my handmade hats. This is the traditional apron that they used to use in the old days so you don't get your trousers dirty.
Okay.
So the reason why they're using limestone paint is mainly for 2 reasons. Number 1, because the white color reflects the light. And the most important thing is because they use it as a disinfectant. So in the old days, if there was a spread of a disease, the limestone would make sure that it was much more controlled.
And it was the lime's natural disinfectant qualities that saved Ostuni from being wiped out by the plague.
Vado?
Sì. Gino.
So, la tecnica dovrebbe essere...
Spiega
Ma com'è
bene.
che non si usa il rullo?
No, perché
No. So this is the traditional way. And the way to do it, they explain, you put it in there, then you put it
Bravo.
upside down.
Che bravo, Gino. Bravo, bravo.
That's
bravo.
it.
Piano piano.
Slowly, slowly,
Piano piano, Gino.
you make sure that you go in all the cavity of the wall.
Così.
I'm wondering when I'm gonna have a tea break. I'm
Vai,
tired
Gino.
already. It's hot
Vai,
in
Gino,
here.
vai. Bravo, Gino, bravo. Ti assumiamo subito, Gino, eh?
He wants to employ me to do this. I mean, as much as I want to really help them, I don't think this is for me. I'm gonna stick with cooking.
While Beniamino and Benedetto finish the tower, I'm going to prepare the king of all Italian desserts, the coffee and cream classic Tiramisu.
Now, this is a recipe that is being given to me by my grandfather, okay? And let me tell you, every time I do it, it never fails. First thing, need to get a dish like this, because to make a good tiramisu, you need to make a big batch. Don't do it in the little fancy glasses. Make a big one, so then all the flavors develops together. It all starts with eggs. So get yourself 2 bowls, and we want 5 eggs. Now, the way to separate, there are 2 ways. There is the way where I guarantee you're gonna make a mistake, when you start to juggle the egg yolk and the egg white in 2 shells, I'll guarantee you one of the egg yolk is gonna break. Or there is my way, where you're gonna have to use the little finger. So you just pick up the eggs, the egg yolk, and you just run it very gently through your finger like that, and that's how you get your perfect egg yolk. So add 6 tablespoons of custard sugar into the egg yolk.
Beat the whites until they form soft peaks.
Okay, this is definitely done.
Then whisk the yolks and sugar together.
See how it's changed the color? Look at that. Now it's going into a pale color instead of be bright yellow. What it means that the sugar is completely dissolved into the egg yolk, so you don't have the gritty sugar into your teeth. Okay, now, for a good tiramisu, you're gonna have to use mascarpone cheese, which you can find anywhere. So you just pick it up gently with a flexible spatula, just fold the mascarpone into the egg yolk. I'm going to use whipped double cream. You pick it up and you put in there, a couple of spoons at a time, and then start to fold in. My next ingredient is amaretto liqueur. It comes from almonds. It gives a fantastic flavor. So what you want is 6 tablespoons of amaretto liqueur straight in. Now you probably start to think now that the cream mixture looks a bit runny. Don't panic, because when it goes into the fridge, it will set beautifully. Now we're gonna fold in the egg white. Do 3 spoonfuls at a time, okay? Then gently, you fold like this, from the bottom to the top, because you don't want to lose any air from the egg whites. Whenever I make a tiramisu, I always make sure that I make myself a good espresso, because I like the coffee to be strong. If you don't want the coffee to be too strong, you can use instant coffee, but trust me, it's not the same. But whatever you do, the most important thing is to make sure that the coffee is cold. In there, I'm going to add amaretto liqueur. I think 4 or 5 tablespoons will definitely do the job. There is only one biscuit to use when you make a tiramisu, and the biscuit is called Savoiardi. Very important, whenever you dip the biscuit into the coffee, not to over-soak it, okay? So look what I'm doing. In, count until 2, biscuit out. 1 and 2, the biscuit comes out. And very important, keep the sugar side always on top. In, 1 and 2, out. Good tiramisu should always have 2 layers of biscuits. See what you have to do? A perfect layer on the bottom. Now, half of the cream goes straight on top of the biscuits. Like that.
Add a second layer of biscuits, then another of cream.
You just give it a nice shake, then you cover with cling film into the fridge for a minimum of 3 hours. Now, I know what you're thinking. Where is the cocoa powder? Why is he not shaking the cocoa powder on top and then put it into the fridge? If I put the cocoa powder now on top of the tiramisu and then it goes into the fridge, the cocoa powder is going to become really bitter.
After 3 hours in the fridge, sprinkle with the cocoa powder, some toasted almonds, and serve with cherries stewed in sugar.
Ragazzi, pronti?
Pronti.
Guarda che tiramisù che vi ho fatto. Guarda là, va.
Meraviglia, guarda.
Allora, piccola, grande.
Big portion.
A big portion. Now, all of a sudden he talks English. Big portion, a big portion. Vabbè, big portion.
Mamma mia.
Vi faccio il vostro bianco, perché sennò dite che... Perché il bianco è il bianco di Ostuni. So yours is white. Buon appetito.
Buon appetito.
Grazie.
Allora. Com'è?
Leggerissimo, Gino.
Salute allora a questo progetto.
Grazie, Gino.
Buongiorno Rita, come stai?
Morning.
The owner is Rita Mazzillo.
What a place you go here.
This is museum.
It's
for it,
fantastic.
yes.
Oh, it looks like a church. They telling me that you make the best piadina in the city.
45 years
All right.
is the old recipe.
So the same recipe for
Same
45 years.
recipe, yes.
I want to see how they make it. One thing that you get straight away is the smell of the piadina.
Yes.
Proprio
It's
bello.
wonderful.
The piadina is made with coarse plain flour, an Italian version of lard, bicarbonate of soda, salt and water. Patrizia has been making piadina to her family recipe since she was a little girl.
This is the ultimate peasant food. And what Patrizia was explaining to me, that the most important ingredients in making piadina is actually take your time. Because you need to knead the dough properly.
Io sono 35 anni.
35 anni. È tutto fatto a mano?
Sì.
Patrizia is 35 years that he's been doing piadina, all by hand, every single morning. Oh, the moment of truth. Woman.
Good.
See, one thing that you get straight away is the slightly saltiness of the bread. It's fantastic, fantastic thing to try. Now, I'm going my piadina. I'm gonna make my version of the piadina.
Let's see if I can impress Rita.
I'm gonna show you now how to make two versions of the piadina. One with vegetables, and I'm gonna make a pesto-flavored mayonnaise, and the other one with ham and cheese. Now, how do we make a rough pesto?
Choose the largest basil leaves, remove the stalks, and then chop. Roughly chop 2 cloves of garlic and add in the pine nuts.
I'm gonna put a little bit of the chopped basil leaves on top, because that will help me to blend everything together beautifully.
Add some salt and then the extra virgin olive oil.
If you have a good bottle of extra virgin olive oil in the cupboard and you don't know what to do, now is the time to use it, because you really want the flavor and the color of those fresh olives going there. So, come on, look at the color. Huh? Fantastico.
Finally, add pecorino or Parmesan cheese and mix together. Pesto can be drizzled on grilled chicken, stirred through pasta, or added to salad dressing. I'm combining it with a good quality mayonnaise.
Now you can see, look, all of a sudden your boring mayonnaise is looking sexy and it's gonna be super tasty. Come on, look at that. Pesto flavored mayonnaise is ready on the side. So what we do, the vegetable I'm using, you can pretty much use any vegetable you want. So if you got some leftover from your Sunday roast, keep them, season them with a little bit of salt, and use them for the piadina.
I'm using lightly grilled asparagus, aubergine, and courgettes.
Now, the way to do it is to warm it up for about 30 seconds on each side. Cut the piadina in half. On the bottom, I'm gonna put some of the pesto mayonnaise, like this. Then I'm gonna put some of the vegetables.
Sprinkle on some dried oregano. It's as easy as making a sandwich.
And my vegetable piadina is done. Just simple as that.
And now, a traditional ham and cheese one.
I'm going to add scamorza. Now, scamorza is like a smoked cheese, okay? Smoked soft cheese. If you see the texture, and this is gonna be absolutely amazing with the ham.
Slice the cheese and add rocket.
It's gonna work really well with the rocket leaves because the rockets are peppery and the cheese is quite sweet.
And add your favorite ham.
Haha. The ultimate comfort foods. That's it. Right in the middle of Ravenna, roasted vegetable piadina and cheese and ham piadina.
But will my version meet with Rita's approval?
There you go. I don't have to feed you, do I?
Yeah.
There you go. So you got the pesto mayonnaise in there?
Wonderful. Wow.
Huh? Thank you for allowing me to use your piadina. Thank you.
You want to come in my restaurant?
To do what?
To
drink?
Yeah.
That's an offer I can't refuse. Bye-bye. Okay, let's go. Be gentle with me, eh? Please. Be gentle. Now, if somebody asks me, what would be your dream place to cook? Well, the answer is very simple. Right here, right now. I mean, look at the view behind me. You can't get any more Venice than this.
This region is the home of Prosecco. So I'll be using it along with the crab I bought at Rialto this morning to create a mouth-watering linguine dish.
You cannot come to Venice without opening a bottle of Prosecco. And this is a bottle from Terre di San Venanzio, and it's a Cartise Brut. A Brut is the driest you can get as far as Prosecco is concerned. There you go. Let me taste. Beautiful. Citrusy. This is gonna go really well with the sweetness of the crab and the lemon. Okay, now, for the sauce, garlic. I don't know if you can hear, I got gondolier in the back singing volare. Cantare. Oh, 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 oh.
Pour the sliced garlic into a cold pan, add olive oil and finally chopped chili. Only then, pour on the heat.
As soon as you can see the garlic and the chili sizzling, time to pour the rest of the ingredients. Now, the other ingredients I'm going to use, cherry tomato. I just cut them into quarters. And then I got pitted green olives.
Roughly chop the olives and a large bunch of flat leaf parsley.
Now, look at that. Garlic sizzling, the chili is sizzling.
Add the cherry tomatoes, olives and parsley to the pan.
And come on, look at the colors. Once you've done that, I'm gonna pour my crab meats. Just make sure you flick it on top, like this. Little touch of salt. No need for pepper because we got the chili already in there. Oh, come on, guys, look at that.
Grate in the zest of a lemon.
Okay, I'm happy with that. I'm gonna switch off the heat because the last thing you want to do is to overcook the crab, overcook the tomatoes, overcook the olives, keep it fresh. At this point is the time to cook pasta. And what I'm using is this linguine. That goes in there.
Use plenty of water when cooking pasta and at least a tablespoon of salt.
Obviously, for this recipe, if you don't want to use crab, you just want to keep it with olives, cherry tomato, garlic, is absolutely fine.
When the pasta is almost cooked, pour the crab sauce back onto the heat.
Now, the last thing you have to do to the sauce is to add a touch of Prosecco. Yes, you can use white wine, but what's the point of being in Venice and not using Prosecco? Come on. Check the pasta. Now, let me tell you a secret how to cook the perfect al dente pasta. Whatever it says timing on the packet of pasta, just take 1 minute away. And that's how you get the perfect al dente pasta. Now, to make sure that your pasta tastes always amazing, add the pasta into the sauce. Just pick it up and straight in the frying pan. You want to make sure that each strand of pasta is coated by the flavor of the sauce. Come on, look at that. Just plate it up. And make sure you get all the olives. Oh. Now, the last thing I would do just before you serve it is a little touch of lemon zest on top.
Because in Italy, we never use Parmesan cheese with seafood pasta.
And that's the way you make linguine with crab, green olives, cherry tomato, and Prosecco. See, this is just the perfect way to end my day in Venezia. Salute!
Just below the basilica is a huge formation of rocks which leads down to the water.
People usually get asked to switch on Christmas lights. Well, not me. I switch on waterfalls. Look at that. That is awesome.
This 800-foot waterfall was built in 1939 on the orders of Mussolini. He wanted to create a dramatic end to Puglia's aqueducts, which had taken 30 years to build.
Well, I have to say, this is definitely a way to show off. And they only switch on the waterfall in very, very special occasion. Of course, Gino D'Acampo is in town. That's a special occasion.
The water cascades into the Adriatic below at a rate of 1,000 liters per second.
It's a lot of water coming down. Let me tell you something. I've done so many things in my life, but this definitely the most exciting thing ever.
Below the waterfall is the town's small harbor, where I'm hitching a lift onto the water to see where the two seas meet.
beh, sulla barca bisogna... Ciao caro. Ciao.
Tutto bene?
Bene, bene, ok.
Ready?
Andiamo? Vai, partiamo, vai.
Giovanni has been fishing here since he was a little boy and runs boat trips around the peninsula.
Pescavate prima, che fate?
Sì, sì, sì.
E dimmi un po' la storia, dai.
Allora, no, niente, prima, quando ero piccolino, prima di andare a scuola, mio padre mi portava...
So before, when he's got a memory when he used to be a kid, before he used to go to school, his father woke him up every single day at 4 o'clock in the morning. They had to throw the nets in the water, wait for about an hour, pick up the nets again. And this is all before he actually started the school. Che tipo di pesci prendete qua?
Beh, qua un po' di tutto. Si fa la pesca al pesce spada, allo strascico,
Sì?
con le reti, con il palangaro, un po' di tutto, insomma.
Merluzzi si pigliano?
Sì, 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 sì.
I've just asked what kind of fish do they get around here, and he said a little bit of everything, but mainly cod, swordfish, tuna, octopus. This is definitely my kind of place. Ma il mare qua è sempre agitato.
Beh, sì, abbastanza. È abbastanza ventilato qua, quindi...
Ma non si
Sì,
capisce
sì,
niente.
sì, sì, sì.
See, I just asked Joanna, I said, "But is it me or is it's quite choppy here?" And he was saying it's normal because this is where the two sea meets, and therefore it's always windy and the sea is always choppy.
With years of experience sailing these waters, Giovanni is taking me as close as he can to the spot that marks the very end of the Adriatic coastline.
See that rock over there? That is right the tip of the heel of the boat. So if you go either in front of you, right at the end.
This rocky headland is where the 715 miles of Italy's Adriatic coast ends. There is nothing but water between here and North Africa.
There is an argument about the locals where the Adriatic Sea ends and where the Ionian Sea begins. Now, some people say that it ends and begins over there on the rock. Other people, they say that ends and begins on the rock over there. I'm right in the middle. And because I'm here and nobody can hear me, the local can't hear me, I'm going to make the decision. Right here, where I'm standing, this is the line.
The sea completely defines life here, so I'm going to cook my favorite fish dish to mark the end of my coastal travels along the Adriatic. I'm using locally caught swordfish and serving it with a tangy Gremolata sauce.
I'm going to show you how to prepare an amazing swordfish served with Italian sauteed potato. Now, if you don't want to use swordfish, you can use tuna, but please try swordfish because you're really going to enjoy. Now, I'm going to serve swordfish with a wet Gremolata. Gremolata usually is parsley, garlic, capers, and lemon zest. It looks like a rough pesto. Here, I got finely chopped flat leaf parsley. In there, I'm going to pour 3 cloves of garlic. This. So, chopped garlic. Now we go capers. You need to make sure that you rinse them under cold water. Just chop away. The other thing that I like about swordfish that is a quite lean fish and very healthy, very good for you. You can pretty much buy it everywhere and not expensive as well. Okay, so the capers are done, roughly chopped. One more ingredient is lemon zest. So the lemon is gonna give extra freshness to the Gremolata. Then we're gonna season with salt and then extra virgin olive oil. And then just right at the end, I'm gonna squeeze a little bit of lemon juice. I don't know if you can see, the wind is definitely picked up now. So mix everything together. That's it, the job is done. You don't only have to use it for swordfish, even if you have just a plain grilled chicken, put a bit of Gremolata on top for extra flavor. Or if you do like a potato salad, put a couple of tablespoons of Gremolata in there, mix everything together. Now I'm going to show you how to make the sauté potato. First of all, I got new potato, okay, which I parboil them and nice and al dente, leave the skin on. The only thing you have to do is to cut them lengthways, just like that. You don't really have to be precise. Okay, so I got my potato cut in half. Then I got a little bit of garlic. Just slice it. In there, we're also gonna put rosemary. Rosemary, potato, marriage made in heaven. Now, hopefully the wind is not gonna blow all my ingredients away. Once you put the rosemary, olive oil. I put the heat underneath the oil, the garlic, and the rosemary. As soon as you start to see the sizzle, in goes the potatoes. Put them cut side down, so it starts to absorb the flavor of the oil and the rosemary. Oh, yes. Look at that. All sizzling around the potatoes. For the swordfish, very simple. We got a little bit of olive oil goes in there. Okay, we want the shallow fried. This goes straight into the hot oil, just like that. You can see straight away with swordfish because it changes color. Look at the difference in color, like a clear color, and then it becomes opaque. And now is the time. Look at that. We'll take probably about 1 minute on each side, if that's also ready for my potatoes here. Oh, yes. Golden, crispy. If you're a potato lover, those are the potatoes to try.
Season the potatoes and the swordfish.
Okay? Remember, don't overcook it. Let me show you something very, very important. The line there tells me that in the middle, it is still nice and raw, like tuna should be, but it's all crispy and cooked around. Perfect. Now let me put everything together. So I got my beautiful potatoes here. Swordfish, or as we say in Italian, pesce spada. And then the last touch is my beautiful Gremolata. We haven't finished yet. Be patient. I'm taking my time as this is the last cook. What a way to end this amazing culinary journey on the Adriatic coast. Pesce spada with sauteed potato. Cheers to you guys, and thank you for watching.
And what a coastline. But now I'm going back home. Until next time, Italia, arrivederci.
Mamma mia.
Oh!
I am speechless. This is the most embarrassing thing ever. Mamma mia. Oh, è pronta, eh? He wants a knife and a fork. They devoured the Parmesan. Look at them. This is just paradise. What would you want more from life? Salute.